Okay, we're back. Had some technical difficulties, had to restart my computer. Thank you for bearing with me. So we were talking about how compound words relate to compound sentences. They give you a nice example with sidewalks here. So you are going to be reading just like normal your vocabulary first, 158, 159. Then you're going to be getting your workbook, and we're going to be completing 3 pages. One of them associates with your vocabulary words for the week. And actually, we are going to be able to do our 5 words today on our cards for your boards. I'm so excited. All right, so let's look at page 70 together. And actually, we're going to look at all 3 of these pages together. And we're going to go over what your instructions are, okay? So it says, and you can read this with me, it says, say the following words that have the long E sound. And notice there are 3 different spellings for the long E. Just like we've seen with the other vowels previously. I think we've done I. Have we done U? I can't remember. I think we've done U and I. All right. So sometimes E by itself can make a long E, such as in the word me. Also, can you think of another one that uses a long E sound where it only has one E? The word be, right? Okay. So feet, 2 E's together. This one we kind of already have an idea of. These other 2, EE and EY, we hear long E's. So feet, F-E-E-T, and heat, B-E-A-T. Also beat. So like I beat your team would also work there. Meet. So see if you can think of some rhyming words that would work as far as using those same letter patterns to make a long E. Okay, A says fill in the missing letters E, E-E, or E-A to form a word that makes sense in the blank in each sentence. So number 1 says, I asked my sister to come to the play. But she did not want to come. So she, S-H-E. That's kind of an easy one, right? All right, so you guys are going to do the next 4. I don't want to do any other ones because there's no time. But section B says to write a sentence for each of the following words with the long E sound. So we have fr-e-z, freeze. We have fr-e, free. Then we have b-e-n, bean. All right, so you're writing your sentences using those words. Okay, now you're going to work with your vocabulary, which we had just read about on 158, 159. And of course, if you are unsure of what these words mean, then what do we use? We use the glossary. So we take our reading textbook, we kind of bunch all those papers to all of our pages together. We look for those blues, and those blues are going to take us to the glossary. And the glossary is in alphabetical order. So if I don't know what the word lonesome means, my first word, then I'm going to go to the L's. That's a B and C, so I need to turn. D and E, I need to turn. F, G, H, and I need to, oh, there's L. Okay, I see lonesome. There's the definition. There's the word part, the definition, and there it is used in a sentence. So that will help me with figuring out which words go in which blank. Remember, here are our words. Let's read them together. Lonesome, wailed, traders, blossomed, sidewalks, grumbled. And A, it says, use a word from the box to answer each question and use each word only once. Yes, that makes it easier, right? Okay, so how might you feel if you moved to a new town where you did not know anyone? I already know the answer to that. I've done that before. Have you done that before? Where you did not know anyone. If you don't know anyone, then you are going to feel very lonely. What word looks like lonely? And they are related to each other. Lonesome. So you may feel very lonesome. Okay? All right, so you guys are going to fill in 2 through 6, and then you do need to write a sentence using one of the vocabulary words below, lonesome or grumbled. And guess what? If you guys want to use any one of those vocabulary words, I don't care. If you don't want to use lonesome and grumbled and you want to choose blossomed and traders, then by all means, go right ahead. I would be willing to bet that you could even use the word blossomed and sidewalks together in a sentence. I would think you could also use the word lonesome and grumbled, or grumbled and wailed, because a lot of these words, there's some of them that kind of relate to each other in different ways. So try to push yourself, okay? All right, page 72. Now, I've made this easy for you guys. The directions at the top say, or rather, the prompt at the top says, in a story, the events happen in chronological order or sequence. You guys already know chronological order, whether you realize it or not. Chronological order means first, second, third, fourth, next, then last, okay? We wouldn't say first, last, then, right? That would not be chronological order. Chronological order, it's going in the order that it happened, okay? So your directions, you can imagine, want you to put the A through F into the proper order. So it says, read the events below, which are out of order, and then write the events in the order that they happen. But you do not have to rewrite the whole sentences. You can simply write 1 should be A, 2 should be B, like that, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you by putting the first letter in, and then you have to do 2 through 6. All right, so A says, many people liked the shirt that Jessica sewed for her brother. B, as the business grew, Jessica could not help with all the work. Soon, Jessica started a children's clothing store. Okay, I'm not going to start with that because it says soon. Jessica and her family moved to California to seek gold. Okay, that seems like it could be a good start. Jessica cut up an old sheet to make a shirt for her brother. When Jessica convinced her brother and 2 friends to help her, her business blossomed. Wow. Okay, so the first event in this story is D. So 1 would be D. And that's all you have to write. Okay, you guys don't have to rewrite the whole thing. If you want to, by all means, go ahead. You could even try to practice writing it in cursive. If you don't want to, then just write the letters. Okay? All right, you guys, and cross them off as you go because that'll help you. All right, so I believe that's all we are doing for reading. So I'm going to close my book. And then I'm going to get out my writing notebook. I am going to be coming back as usual to my language arts, or rather my reading practice workbook, I'm sorry. Okay, so for writing, we are going to complete our rough draft today for our prompt 3. So exciting! And I think you're really going to like the way that we do our revising and editing this week. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to do paragraphs 4 and 5 today, you guys, just because it's a shorter week. So in order to be able to get or stay on schedule, we've got to do 2 paragraphs. Sorry. All right, so we're doing then and we're doing our concluding, right? So again, keeping it in chronological order by using our transitions. All right, so then, and I am using my main idea and I'm combining it into a compound sentence using my detail here. So my favorite room at my school is room 403 because it makes me feel happy. You know what? I think I'm even going to try to use a vocabulary word from today, which is grumble. I never grumble when I am in this room. The bright colors make me feel like I could burst with happiness. Oh, I love that sentence. I'm going to put an exclamation mark there. Then my favorite room at school is room 403 because it makes me feel happy. I never grumble when I am in this room. The bright colors make me feel like I could burst with happiness. Okay, so now chronological order using my transitions. In conclusion, because we are gonna have to do paragraph 5. Sorry guys. In conclusion, room 403 is the best room in the entire school because, and now what were my 3 reasons? And I'm going to put them still in order. Of the fantastic decorations, comma, there are so many things to do, and it makes me happy. Okay, now I want to put in a question, again, just to vary some of my sentence structures because it'll make it more interesting. So in conclusion, room 403 is the best room in the entire school because of the fantastic decorations. There are so many things to do, and it makes me feel happy. Is there any better room on campus? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, there we go. So my final draft is done. I do need to box in my detail colors with yellow because I slowed down just like you would at a yellow stoplight. When you start to drive, you're going to slow down. When you see yellow, you're going to slow down when you do your details, and then you're going to do red because you're going to stop. This is your concluding paragraph. That is where we are stopping. All right, very good. And I think you're going to like how we're doing our revising and editing tomorrow, but I'm loving our writing notebook, so hopefully you guys are keeping up with your writing. It is very, very important. All right, with language arts, you have a video that you're going to watch. This week's skill may be a little bit boring to you. It is a review of last year's, but because last year was cut short, it definitely helps for us to go back and just kind of look at some skills and maybe focus in on some skills that we might not have gotten as well as we needed to last year. Okay, so we're working on capitalization. Yes, you already know how to capitalize, but again, practice makes perfect. So we're going to capitalize what's called proper nouns. Okay, proper nouns. So proper nouns, the name of a day, month, or holiday begins with a capital letter. So these are the things that we're going to be focusing on with this page. Okay, it says complete each sentence by writing the name of the day, month, or holiday correctly. I would like for you to also practice making your editing marks. Okay, so editing marks means that when you are editing in your writing notebook, if you have a lowercase letter that you need to capitalize, your editing mark is 3 lines. Okay, so for example, with number 1, it says we found an anthill, there's a compound word, on Saturday. The S in Saturday needs to be capitalized. All right, for number 3, it kept getting bigger during June. The J in June needs to be capitalized. Now, if your work is exhausting today and you've got too much to do and you really don't feel like rewriting the word, if you just put your 3 lines under the letter, I'm okay with that. All right, but if you've got time, then rewrite your words because you can keep working on your handwriting. The more we work on our handwriting, the better or neater our handwriting will become, okay? Which makes it easier for people to read. It's not really about like, oh, my handwriting is neat, but we want people to be able to read what we write. We want our handwriting to be legible. So you choose. I'm gonna trust that you're gonna make a good decision for yourself. If you only have time and you need to give yourself more of a brain break, then do your editing marks only. But if you have time, then go ahead and do both. Okay? All right, you guys. So I think I'm gonna come over to my gratitude calendar. You know, this weekend was interesting. It was a 3-day weekend, which I was grateful for. But I was supposed to go out of town, and where I was, there was actually ash coming down in the sky because of the fires. So I'm getting a little emotional. I really spent a lot of time this weekend being grateful for my safety. Okay, and hopefully you guys are too, because it's kind of in our face that there's some dangerous things happening here right now, and we really want to make sure we're taking time to think about those who are impacted. Okay, so I am going to write really for the whole weekend that I am just thankful, so thankful. I'm thankful for my safety. I was safe. My dogs were safe. My belongings were safe. I had food to eat. Everybody I love was safe. Everyone I love stayed safe. Okay. Friday for sure. The thing I was most grateful for was I got to see my students. I got to see you guys. So I'm kind of backtracking. Thursday, I'm going to say I got to be crafty because I was working on your boards so much, which was actually a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and I wrote that for Wednesday too. Okay, good. So Friday, I was really happy I got to see you guys. And really all weekend, I was just thankful that we were all safe. So thankful for my safety. My dogs were safe and everyone I love stayed safe. All right. So we're definitely sending positive thoughts to all of those people that are impacted, you guys. It's a crazy time right now. All right. So let's do a little bit of cursive just to kind of center us, calm us down. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to work on capital A's and D's. They're very similar, as you can see with the D when you observe. The only difference is that it goes up. And interestingly enough, they don't take that D all the way up to the top, which is surprising to me. Okay, so A's, but when you do your hook goes all the way to the half mark line, okay? And just try to go top to bottom, because I can see I didn't go top to bottom there, so I want to focus on that a little bit. And just slow down. If you slow down, it'll be neater. I'm saying that to you guys, but I'm also saying it to me because I'm going a little fast. All right. So they ask you to actually start from the midway line doing your circle. If you go all the way up, you guys, it's okay. All right. All right. So remember, just slow down, release the grip on your pen or your pencil. Don't grip it so hard and just relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just try to enjoy the process of learning cursive, okay? And you're just following the words up above. Add, dad, jaw, fade. Okay, and if you liked writing any of those, write them again. All right. Animals shed fur in the summer. Wow, I really messed up on that one. That's okay. Animals in summer. They don't write the... There we go. Okay. All right, you guys. I will see you at our Zoom. Have a great day. Talk to your families about the idea of getting outside. Again, the air quality is really, really bad. But do try to find something to help your families with around the house. And as always, be kind to your brothers and sisters. Bye.